what we've seen over the last couple of weeks, especially the Deputy President of the ruling coalition, shows us that something is terribly wrong within it. Because I saw the interview that they held with the Deputy President, where he accused his boss that people are hanging on the boss's car and calling him names for him to exactly do the same over the weekend. In fact, I think over the weekend it was even more serious. I saw one former colleague of ours leading a Ruto to go in front of the Deputy President and saying that his boss is a con and things like that. I think that if the Deputy President feels that the marriage between him and the President is no longer tenable, the honorable thing for him to do is to say it is not working, then he leaves. It is as simple as that. Number two is that when you're holding a high office like that of the Deputy President, there are certain things that there's a way that you need to really carry yourself. You will agree with me that this country is composed of, let me say, about 8 regions, more than 40 different ethnic communities. Mm-hmm. The Deputy President can never say 2 sentences without referring to his ethnic background. Every single place. And that is not only in Central, including in Nairobi. When he is in Nairobi, he will go to a particular region where he thinks that he has many other people and continue to address. And I think that there is a problem. The Deputy President has a problem with the governor of Nairobi County. He has a problem with his boss. He has a problem with the majority leader of his party. Mm-hmm. He has a problem with his own member of parliament. His own member of parliament. His own member of county assembly. His MPs from his region. He could be having a point, but then he cannot be the only right person. That all these people that are around him have a problem. It is only him who is exactly that is right. So I think that he's putting the country in a terrible mood, and to try and threaten the establishment, including government and all of us, that if anything happens to him, there are consequences. We just want to say, on my own behalf, that this country is for all of us. Let's talk about this impeachment. You know, this impeachment, before this weekend, if you ask me, was a creation of the Deputy President. I have never had a single member of parliament saying that they're collecting signatures. I sit in the parliament with my colleague here. I have never had any member of the Senate trying to censure Gachagua. We cannot sit here as leaders that because this has been the norm, that a mistake has always been, it has happened in the past, that we are comfortable with it. 2 wrongs don't make a right. The fact that when they got in, and I remember Robert Mbui and even Onyonka, many leaders actually called out the Deputy President when he spoke about shareholding. We all come from regions. Before I ran for office, for example, I sit with my family, I start from there. I cannot every day in the office keep on saying, oh, before you give me something, let me get something for my family. We called him out during when he spoke about the shareholding issue. And what actually happened? With the shareholding, when you have people getting into office with a sense of entitlement, leaders, including us who did not vote for this particular government, when you go to those offices, they don't think that you deserve any service. Yet they expect you to pay taxes. And I actually think it is part of that what built the rage that led to the protest. The protests that we had were not largely because of the finance bill. Finance bill was just one of the catalysts. But what actually led is the rage. Everyone wants to feel as a Kenyan. We pay taxes. You cannot be coming to us and say, let us pay taxes. Then when it is about sharing, oh, you know, mambo ya mulima, mambo ya wapi, and things like that. When then you continue to have a second in command at every single opportunity, keeping on repeating the same thing and saying, oh, what wa mulima, everything is about ourselves. It is us who voted for this government. It is us who brought this government. The problem we have, or I personally have, is, you know, continuing, you know, when you're holding such a high office, and let's talk about who is a Deputy President. When this government came into place, and if we were to be very honest, even if we didn't vote for the government, they came in at a tough time. They are going to have to make very tough decisions on certain issues. We want to see the government, from the length and breadth of government, from the president to the cabinet members, including principal secretaries, talk about government policy, that this is exactly what we are doing. We don't see that. We don't see that. I can tell you in 30 days in a month, 25 or if not 28 of them, the deputy president is in his village. And he's keeping on saying, oh, we are the ones doing this. What is going to happen? And if he feels that there is a problem and is bringing it back to the public, he should bring it back to Kisii, where Mheshimiwa Onyonka is coming from. He should bring it back to Migori, where we also come from. He should take it to Ukambani. So what I'm saying is that the issue of impeachment, if you ask me, and I think it's a smart political move from Deputy President Gachagua. It was a creation of him on his own. It actually came out during the interview. And other politicians have taken cue and saying, now we are going to actually impeach you. The grounds you have actually said, I don't think there's already even an impeachment motion on the floor of the House or a proposal to that matter. The one that came close to it was a censure, which is actually largely calling him out and saying, you know, censure is a motion of high disapproval of how you are acting. It's not one that is getting you out of office. And that's, I think, what Mugatana was actually doing yesterday. An impeachment one has actually not come. But the question is this, which I'm asking my colleague leaders, that it is a political issue, that it is a problem of Kenya Kwanza, that it is a system that we have actually inherited. Are we going to sit back and just be comfortable with it? Or are we going to try and even make an attempt at correcting it? The how is maybe what we can agree. But are we going to make an attempt? Because otherwise then what is going to happen? It will go and be the same mobilization. Tomorrow, Honorable Onyonka will pick me as his running mate, and then we say, no, Mbui, please, sit on the side. Okay. This is our own. But if we set the precedent by taking action about leaders who are balkanizing us by regions, no one else will actually repeat. In fact, I dare say that, let's say, you know, principal assistant to the president, you should be attempting to assist him. Let me tell you, it's only a fool who doesn't change his mind. I think the president got to realize that. He has made attempts to include people from other regions. Whoever is holding an office and is calling, you know, my brother here says that the president promised that his deputy is not going to be humiliated. I completely agree. And the president shouldn't allow his deputy to be humiliated.
Very good.
But the president did also not promise Kenyans that the deputy president is going to humiliate the rest of us.